Okay, part of your project is to annotate the pictures that you're going to use. An annotation is simply a picture with writing on it. You're writing on it to highlight the important parts. So this is how you do it. First thing, obviously, is you're going to insert the picture. Since I've gotten this picture off of the internet, I've provided a citation there, which obviously you should do as well if that is the case. The next thing I want to do, and there's a few reasons for it, is to set the picture as a background. So what you're going to do is you're going to hover over your picture and right click, and you get this option down here that says set picture as background. Go ahead and click that. Just to confirm it's worked, you go back to it and you can see that there's a tick mark next to it, so that means the picture is now in the background. The first advantage of doing this is I can highlight this frame that it's in and delete it, which will make the picture that you're going to actually create in a minute a bit nicer. Okay, next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and annotate. And this is the second advantage of putting it in the background, is that you can write on this just like it's a piece of paper, and it really streamlines the process. So I'm going to grab a pen that's going to show up well, something like that, and I'm going to use something to go ahead and show where I'm looking at. So maybe this is going to be A. Now, I notice as I'm doing this that A and that arrow don't look real great, so what do? Well, we go fix it. So it looks like probably my pen was a bit too thick, so I'm going to go use a thinner pen. Let's try that again. Ah, much better. And obviously, you could draw a line or something like this to make it even look better if you wanted to. But I'll leave that up to you guys. Anyhow, so now that I've got this A here, well, maybe what I'm going to talk about is I'm going to talk about that this is a wooden wheel, and because it's a wooden wheel, it's going to limit its mobility because it's more likely to break, harder to move it over rough ground, whatever. That's up to you guys. Okay. The point of the annotation is you're not going to write a bunch of text here. That's not very useful. You're just going to do something to highlight exactly what you're going to talk about. Maybe additionally, I would maybe circle this back here. Now it's not a great picture, so hopefully you would have something else. But I'm going to circle that and talk about, well, that's the mount that they would use to hitch it to a horse or a truck or something similar. Okay, the next thing you're going to want to do is is to make a screen clip of your picture so that it's an actual picture and it's not, just something that's living on OneNote. There's a couple ways to do this. You can hit start and type snipping, and you'll get the snipping tool, which is a program that does exactly what we're talking about. So it says drag the cursor around the area you want to capture. There we go. I'm just going to click and drag. And what it does is it creates a picture right here. This is probably the easiest way to do it. There are other ways, but this is the only one I'm going to show you. So I'm going to save this as PNG is fine. You could also make it a JPEG if you wanted to, but PNG is typically fine. I'm going to give this name and save it. And now we're good to go. So I can now insert this picture into a PowerPoint, a Sway, a Microsoft Word document, whatever I want, and it's going to behave in a nice way that's going to be useful for me.